Hey guys, welcome back. So we pretty much arrangement wise at the end of the track. The last one we obviously did the main lead, and I've just added in basically what's going to be the outro to the track at the end. Yeah. So we have the drop over here, builds up a little bit here. This is kind of just a. This is going to be percussion running, but nothing much going on, and then just kick and bass and outro. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm not 100%, I'm not 100% sold on what's happening at the end here yet, but for the sake of pushing on with the tutorial, I think we're going to just do a little session where we clean everything up because it's a bit of a mess. And I gradually want to start getting into the mixing of the track as well, and just setting up buses and so on and so on. So we're gonna leave this for now. We'll leave it there and just kind of live with it for a while, and just come back and fix some of those things later. There's a number of places in the track where I'm pretty happy with everything, but needs a little bit of fine tuning and just minor adjustments. So in the meantime, let's just get cracking and do a bit of a cleanup. I've got a bunch of these channels we've been working on that no longer need to be here. These ones we were not using, so we can remove these. Let's just make sure what this is. Okay, we can get rid of that one as well. And sometimes it just helps to purge stuff as well, and clean up everything will get your head clear so you can keep moving on. Let's just double check. I think these are just single notes. Yeah, we can get rid of these as well. So lead, and these parts can go up. Actually, let's just move this Fox channel can go as well. So this Fox was just the plugins for those vocals that we did, but we've bounced those, so we can remove that. Let's bring these up. I'll put them here. We'll sort through these and color code all these things in a sec as well. Okay, this Vox thing is kind of a lead sound as well, so we'll just move that one up. Let's just close these as well, just so it makes moving around here a little bit easier. Snares, this is going to go up to percussion. These go into leads. These are no longer needed. Oh yeah, and this MIDI needs to go up to the Vox that we had. Otherwise, it won't play if we get rid of this. We've gone too far now. leave it there. It's getting annoying. Oh, there it is. And this goes to leads as well. Okay, let's just I guess these could go to pads as well. We'll leave it with the leads because it's kind of going with another lead for now. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. Let's group these all into a new folder. These need a little bit of organization. Okay, that one's fine. Cool. Just get rid of the automation for that because that's a ton of stuff going on there. These I'm going to move down to tonal fix and pads. I ended up not using that bounce because the reverb is a bit too mid-range and it's a little bit kind of choking up the mix there, which you're going to get to in a second. But I'm going to get rid of this and we'll either redo those reverse reverbs or just use the dry version there. It's just a little bit cleaner. Those together. I'm not going to get rid of this just yet. We'll keep that MIDI there, especially if I'm going to make these projects available. We'll have that MIDI for you guys. Okay. Those can stay there. Disabled. We didn't actually end up putting much stuff in this disabled thing anyway, so and this is just a chord, so we can get rid of that. Might as well remove that folder. Those can stay there as well. Some of these names don't really make sense. I'm just in my mind, I know what they are. That can stay like that. Cool. So that makes a little bit more sense to me now. Let's just double check here. We want these to be the same color. And all our effects going on here. Okay, that's okay for now. So now that we have all this stuff, into its correct folders and stuff, it's a lot easier now to assign these to buses and groups and so on. We might as well actually set that up quickly for use later on, but it's a good, if we're going to start working on the mix, it's a good point, thing to get done now quickly. I'm just going to go ahead and add group channels to this. We're going to probably do, I doubt we'll need more than 10 or 12. Let's go for 10 for now. We can actually add more if we need. Track name, bus. And these ones are going to create inside folder because I want them inside a group folder. That'll do. Add track. So there we have our bus channels. Let me stick those over there. I don't really need to have the kick on a bus, but I just like to do it anyways because you'll see now I group all of these together on the actual mixer, so I just route to a bus in any case. So when I do bounces, if I'm going to master stuff from stems, I have that on its own, which is just an element that I like to have, so to be able to turn up and down. We're going to do drums. Baseline. Let's have a look. Yeah, they can all go together. I might split up the leads. Let's just make. Might split those up still, but we'll leave it like that for now. So channel FX pads. So I've got these split up into 4 different sections of effects, but the only one that I'm really worried about being on a separate bus is these. Normally in the track I'd actually have more of these low ones. There's not too much happening in this. So we'll just send those two to a low effects and high effects. The reason being just that I can make sure that instead of going through each channel and making sure that there's a filter on everything to make sure that there's no lows coming through, we can just do it all in one go on this one. But obviously we don't want the low effects going into this one with the high pass. So I'm going to split up these leads a little bit as well, just so that they're a little bit more spread out over the buses, but we'll get to that as we finish them. So the way that we actually route this stuff through now is once we've got our group set up, we actually need to assign stuff to them. Because the mixers now all synced, we can just see our routing up at the top. And to do multiple, so the kick would go to zone 1. And then we can do multiple channels simultaneously just by Shift Alt, selecting drums. And then you have it. So all the ones that I've selected now have gone through to drums. Do the same with the bass line. And I've just realized the visibility on my mixer. There's something with Cubase. The mixer and the arrange page are actually can be separate. So you see my visibility for the arrange page, everything is actually enabled. On my mixer window, I have a few things which are actually not enabled at the moment. So you can sync mix console and project. And what that's done is it's now actually turned off on the other side. I should have done that the other way around. Make sure those all turned on, and we do the sync mix console. And okay. That looks about right. So you see there's actually a few of these drum things which didn't get routed to the correct bus. There we go. So Shift Alt, remember that one because it's super handy just to route multiple things at the same time. Same goes for the bass lines. We can just route where those are routed already. We'll do the leads now as well. Okay, and then one last little thing I just wanted to show you guys is the zones setup here, which is quite handy when it comes to the mix down at the end. When the mix down, when you start working more with the groups, is you can set in your mixer, if we grab our bus channels that we've set up now, what I like to do is to, let me just bring this over so you can see the entire mixer. So we have our master and loudness meters on the right hand side here. I'm not super worried, or we can actually do this as well. Our stereo out as well. So how I normally set up the mixer is when I'm working with the group tracks is you can set the zones for this over here. So if you click this over to the right, you'll see it locks the buses into their own section. So much like it would like on a normal, on an actual mixing desk, you'd have your bus in its own section, and it's independent from the tracks over here. So you see now I'm moving through the tracks, but it's not actually affecting the scrolling on the buses at all. And we can do that for the same with the stereo out. We'll put that there. Usually as well, you could do that with the stereo inputs as well, or with any inputs. You can lock all your inputs to the left-hand side, which is also super handy. And then, but we don't actually need those. The visibility doesn't even need to be on for that. Cool. So when you've got an ultra-wide screen like I do, it's super nice to have your groups all pulled out to one side like that, and then you can still work on everything else, yeah. So I think that's enough for just a housekeeping session. Move on to tidying up the mix a little bit, because we've got a lot of levels and stuff that are very much all over the place, and we've been a little bit loose and disorganized with this. So there's a lot of tracks that need compression, and it's all good and well doing a course and showing you everything from the beginning, but in reality, when you get into the mix, that you actually it evolves. So often I get to the end of a track like this, and I'll end up redoing everything mix wise. But we'll start that on the next one, and have a look at that and balance everything out, and then have to still tweak a bunch of things around here, but we'll get to that in the next episode. Cool. Cheers. See you then.